Right. So, session 30 of Black Ocean. Potentially the finale. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, things have happened. Um you guys, most of you guys made it to the colony ship. Uh Figured out what to do about the colony itself, and woke up all the Marines that I'm sure, were completely ready to go home and take some well earned leave, and they kind of got called back into duty, suited up, and headed on out. And the rest of you guys were relaxing and finally like decompressing, like, oh, it's finally over. But no, this is Alien. There always has to be like one more shitty thing that happens before you're in the clear, right?
Yep.
So with the um captain nowhere to be found, Ransom and the Walter on board decided to go look for him, and found his bloodied and mutilated corpse. And shortly after that, Nelson and it was Chad, I think is what we named him. Yeah, Chad. Totally not, uh, totally not Cham's picture from the the preset game. Totally not him. But yeah, Nelson and Cham were chilling and talking in the mess hall when scrapes and skitters and all that other kind of stuff was coming from the uh, ventilation, and the big ass xenomorph just dropped right on top of Chad's head. And so we pretty much pick up from right there. Now, Sean, Mr. Anderton,
Yes.
you are in the bridge at this current time. When when you hear kind of down the hallway, just there's my Steve impression.
Okay, you cut out.
Oh well.
I don't
Well,
know
fine, whatever.
what John was doing.
You hear a scream down the hallway.
Was he watching the was he monitoring the security cameras? Why?
I don't I don't remember that he was. I know that you were like in the comms area before that, trying to do something over there, but I don't remember you saying that he was on the security cameras or anything like that. But I mean, you're on the bridge. You could easily go and probably look at them. So I don't think there's anywhere else that. Well, there's the actual security room.
Okay, so Sean heard someone scream.
Yes, you heard a loud shout out in the hallway.
He's probably going to unholster his pistol.
Steve!
Also, Jace, you seem to be really quiet right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I had moved my. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes. Better.
Okay. So he's going to unholster his.
Mic right next to your mouth.
Yes, like that.
I know. I know.
There we go.
There he is.
Your phone die again there, Steve?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. I think you need a new phone there, buddy.
New phone.
Or new charger.
One of the two.
Phone charger. Oh.
But yeah, so I would assume that Nelson's initial reaction to Cham being body pressed by a xenomorph would be to scream out of the top of his lungs.
Yes.
So yeah. That is what Anderton hears.
Alrighty.
All right, so Mr. Anderton, what is your response?
He has unholstered his pistol, and he's going to take a look-see in the.
Into the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Nelson, fight or flight?
Flight, most definitely.
Okay. So yeah, Anderton, as you come out into the hallway, you see Nelson booking it out of the mess hall, and which I would assume as far away as possible from said point.
Yes.
I'm gonna say probably down this way.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what would be ideal, because it's like I do see security right there, but at the same time, it's like no, yeah, it's just okay. I guess it could be comparable to that one scene in The Mummy where the dude gets the fucking scare beetle in his brain. He's like, turns away from the rest of the group, and then fucking runs into a wall. But yeah, but without the running into the wall part.
So yeah, Anderton, that's what you see.
And Sean will go back into the bridge and press the lock button.
All right. I'm sure also ending up hearing yeah, please. I'm sure that doesn't help your want to stay in the hallway either.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So yeah. So Anderton, you're in the bridge and you hit the emergency lock. Nelson, you're currently running for your life.
Yes. I don't remember where the fuck the exit was. Like, I don't know how these floors work. I know
So
there's an elevator.
left would be top, and then middle floor, and the right is the bottom floor.
Or, okay, no, yeah, but if we go over here, this green, right, goes to this green.
Yeah, it goes to
These all like
it goes to this screen
small
and this screen.
staircases. Okay. Hmm. Actually, where is it? Is it just out in the hallway at the moment, or is it still like messing with Chad?
Yeah, it was in the mess
Chaz.
hall. It is definitely mauling him to death at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Shit. Where is? Okay. This ship is fucking huge. Okay. At the like scroll multiple things. Engineering section. There's cargo storage. There's nothing but cargo. I mean, okay. I don't know. I guess.
Also, you initially ran down through that way, so now that you have a
Okay.
door between you and it,
Okay, no, yeah. I'd definitely like to also lock this door right here. The red one.
okay.
Who's that?
That was Tada, the guy who flew you up here, all drugged out on painkillers.
Oh, fantastic. That's exactly what I want to alert with the damn alien in here. Okay.
He went ahead and already crawled into a pod.
Nice.
He's like, "Ooh,
Okay.
open pod, time to go."
Nelson's gonna. I guess thematically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nelson would go to this door and like lock it and like slowly like start backing up and shit away from it. And turning around and trying to think about the other things and places that he needs to go. It's like where the fuck is everybody else on this ship?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at where. Okay, wait. This goes. There's no green over here on the right side.
No,
I
because
guess it
it's
just
right
goes
here.
up. Okay. Shit. Okay. There's literally nothing in here other than the damn colony bays.
I
He's
mean,
just kind
so
of frantically looking around for some sort of weapon because he doesn't have one.
yeah, yeah, and there's not really one to be readily found either.
Fantastic. He's gonna go south to the, I guess, to the far end of the fucking ship. I guess. He's
All
gonna
right.
keep on, like, I guess, locking doors as he's going.
Okay. What about Anderton? What is Anderton doing?
So he's going to try and see what he can
Oh,
find.
also, you two bring your stress up by 1 level.
Yeah, that's. Trying to get there.
Okay. So Sean is going to try and see what he can view on the monitors from the security cameras in the hallways.
Mm-hmm.
And what does he see?
If you are looking, as you're looking around, eventually you come to the, you see Nelson running, just like booking it down the corridors, locking, hitting the emergency locks and the doors behind him. And you eventually come to the mess hall one where you see a the big old xenomorph on top of Cham, just kind of like completely like thrashing him, and eventually you don't see Cham struggling anymore.
Oh god. Okay. Would Sean know that Ransom is in the shuttle bay still?
That was the last place that you knew of that he was going.
Okay. So Sean would like to tab over to the shuttle bay camera.
Okay. You kind of like go through and look over to that one, and yeah, you see Ransom and Walter kind of like standing in the corner looking at something.
Okay. Am I able to open up a comm to the shuttle bay?
Yeah.
Okay. Sean will do that, and he will say, "We have one of those things in the main hallway up here, and it just took out Cam."
Jam. Like
Cham.
Chad, but with an M.
Cham.
It's actually Chad.
Is it
Like-
Chad?
Oh, sorry, Chad. Yeah, Cham is the one that it's based off of.
It's like Cham, but with a D.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, I was saying the actual character's name that the picture's from.
that's what I
Totally
was
not that character.
Okay, kill the other guy. The other guy. Yeah, his twin brother.
Oh, yeah. It's
One
Chad.
of those
Chad.
screens just took out Chad in the corridor right out here inside the bridge.
All right. Well, we were already on our way up there.
What did you find in the shuttle bay?
Dead captain.
Dead.
Dead.
Oh my god.
We're on our way.
Okay.
But yeah, so as you're looking at the monitors, the xenomorph has finished with its kill and has started to make its way out into the hallway proper.
Okay. It's coming through.
But yeah, and so it as it's like looking, it pokes its head out and starts looking around. You can't really get like a real good look at like all of its details at the moment, but yeah, it's kind of just excuse me. Nelson, you start hearing the like coming toward like this way. And you can hear it like just right outside the other side of the door. Then, on top of that, it's a nice little view, little view window that pokes his head up, to. And as you look out, you're able to kind of see its head somewhat pressed up against the glass.
And Sean is going to slowly move away from the glass.
And as you're doing that, like the person who's on the comms like comes out and says, "What's going on? What the hell? What the fuck is that?"
Who was that?
The person that was on the comms earlier when you were in there.
Oh, yeah. This is some kind of creature that's here that came over from the station. And I think it's trying to get in here.
You can definitely look and see that it's kind of observing around the bay door and whatnot, trying to kind of suss it out. And then it like kind of just looks straight into the window itself and just and then runs off in the other direction.
Oh shit.
So yeah. Actually, let's take this off right now. All right. Ransom,
That's me.
what you doing?
We are on our way. Let's see. So look at this layout. So we are on basically it's the bottom sort of floor. We're
Yeah,
going
you're on the bottom level of the ship.
All right, let's go. Let's head on over to. I'm going with Walter to the center, and I guess. Well, first thing, I mean, if there's a way we could like actually look for some sort of weapon of some kind, that would be ideal.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an observation roll.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, you find yourself a nice little maintenance jack.
Nice. I'm sure we're gonna get into that same beautiful dance we got in on the station. I don't have any armor piercing and just continually bounce off it like rubber, but we'll see.
Yeah, you hit something enough times, it's bound to break it eventually, right?
It's gonna break something.
All right. And yep. All right then. Well, armed with maintenance tools, I guess you can go ahead and head back up.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see how this goes.
Taking me at like what 1 health? Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, so obviously you gotta go through the little center point here. Do you want to go? Which way do you want to go? This one or this one?
Say this. Point out the second one again.
There's both of these, like basically on either side of you. It just kind of depends on where you'll come up. You'll either come up here or you'll come up here.
Let's go here.
Okay. All right, so you and Walter take the elevator back up,
Yep.
and as you come up, you don't really hear anything in the area.
Okay. I tell Walter to stay frosty, and we're gonna advance over here.
Walter replies that the temperature of his body remains at a constant, but he gets he understands the terminology.
Good. All right. I'll so what do I see anything down this hallway?
Nope, it's empty.
I'm gonna knock on the bridge door.
I mean, there's a view window. You can see right through it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see through it then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see Nelson and looks like the comms officer in there, kind of, cowering in the corner, as it were.
All right.
Basically, they're as far away from the door as they could be.
I'll wave at him and sort of try and get them to point out where it was. Just sort of mouth, where did it go?
Mr. Anderton.
He is going to. How to do this quietly? He's going to. Well, he'll open the door and let Ransom in the bridge.
Oh, thank you, gents. So what do we see on the do we see it on the security system?
It is currently out of view of any cameras.
Where was the I asked them, where was the last place they saw it?
I saw it disappear down in this vicinity, just down the hallway.
I see. I'll head in that direction.
Okay.
Sean's going to hand over his pistol
Oh, perfect.
to Ransom, because I'm sure Ransom will be much more proficient at firearms than Sean.
Hell, I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, be on the lookout, and yeah, just shoot us into, or like crack us over the comms if you see it on the monitors. Nothing. All right, I'm just gonna start moving out.
Okay. So as you start heading down the hallway, so these green doors and everything like that are basically just straight open to the hallway already. In this area in this whole area right here.
Okay. I'll check on the mess hall, see the damage there.
Okay. So as you go down there and you turn the corner, you see, just blood and viscera like everywhere spewing out from Chad's eviscerated corpse.
All right, moving on. I guess we could check and see if Chad had anything on him that we could use, but something tells me he probably did not.
He did not.
Yeah. All right. continuing south, and so Nelson and Shisui were in Colony Bay 3A, right?
Well, Nelson was in the mess hall with Chad before.
Oh, I thought he had run off to.
I mean, he did run off down this way, but
Well, then he'll continue going south with Walter to scope things out.
okay. Eventually, as you make your way down here, you eventually see one of the main ventilation grates pulled off of its like moorings.
Great. All right. I'll if there's like a comm nearby, I'll just basically say to see if we can get schematics for the um the air ducts. I wouldn't be surprised if they just literally go everywhere. So seal off. I'll tell them to seal off their air ducts if they can manage it.
Walter states that sealing the air ducts is not a possible thing, as it is part of the life support system.
Well, fair, but considering current threats to human life, I wonder if maybe a temporary break. I mean, these are pretty big spaces. I wonder if it might be a better life support system to prevent these.
Walter does state that the egresses that are of that size are limited.
All right. Well, let's. It's definitely got a mobility advantage on us, but let's continue on. Let's show me where the other points of ingress are. We'll or egress, I should say. We'll find it.
He goes on to basically explain that the it does go throughout the entire ship. But yeah, it says like there are two of them here. One of them is located in the mess hall. The other one is, located where you are right now. There's one that goes into the shuttle bay, one to the life support system, one to the colony storage one of the colony storages near the edge of the or near the end of the bottom floor. And there's another one that opens up into engineering.
I see. Well, we could. Do these air vents? Can they be flushed through an airlock if we seal them?
Negative.
Damn. All right. Well, we're just gonna have to keep going until we find it or it finds us. Although, from what I know, they don't tend to initially treat synthetics as dangerous. So maybe we should. Who else do we have? Who else do we know is awake on the ship? We've got Shisui the pilot. We've got Nelson. If there's anybody else, we might want to funnel them to the bridge or escort them to the bridge if we can.
The only crew that were available at the time of your arrival were the captain and the comms officer.
I see. Well, in that case, let's get our pilot and our engineer and see if we can. Is he? I guess maybe he is.
Yeah. So as I said, Shisui has already gone down for the long nap.
Okay. In that case, yeah, let's go get Nelson wherever he is. I'm gonna get on the comms and say, did you all see where Nelson went by any chance?
Nelson, last I saw, ran down the hall to the engineering area.
All right, let's move that way.
See if he's still there.
Down in engineering.
So Nelson thought it would be a great idea to get some distance between him and the alien and lock every single fucking door on the way. And see if there's any kind of like really big tool in engineering that he could probably use against it. But yeah, I guess I'll look for observation.
Yep.
Is that?
Yep.
Okay. Did I win?
Well, that is 2 successes.
Neat. What'd I get?
So you looking around, you do find yourself another maintenance jack. You also find a couple of like rivet drills and various other tools.
Rivet drill sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, it is still it is not shoot it's not shoot bolts or anything like that. It is just like meant to like, screw and unscrew the bolts on the hull.
All right. I guess can I keep on looking for more tools in order to find some kind of bolt shooty type of weapon or tool? Because
you also find a cutting torch.
A cutting torch, neat. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take that. Because I think it might be useful at some point. But or wait, can I take both the cutting torch and the drill?
So the cutting torch is one of the ones that kind of like, requires a backpack, like has like the backpack of like butane or whatever fuel that it uses to
Okay, so it's a fucking big one. Got it.
yeah. So I mean, like, you can wear it on your back and stuff like that and take like the jack as well, but like you definitely wouldn't be able to use both at the same time.
Okay. Shit. See, now I'm contemplating between 3 options. The butane on the cutting torch sounds useful, though. Let's see here. Okay. I guess I'll take this as a note and then take the maintenance jack. Or actually, wait, no. Yeah, I'm gonna take the drill.
Okay.
Let's see here. What is it called again?
I was just calling it like a rivet drill.
Okay.
Does it have any stats?
Yeah.
Let's see. If I were to give it stats, let me see if there's anything actually similar enough in the book itself for me to use. Let's see. Gear.
I would assume at minimum it gives some sort of bonus to heavy machinery, but
well, yes, it would.
I'm assuming Nelson would want to pick it up in the hopes that it can defend as well.
Yes.
Let me see if it's anything that I can actually use here.
I mean, anything that's big and heavy could also be used as just a fucking throwing stone.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say it uses the same stats as the bolt gun. However, its ranged is engaged.
Oh shit. Okay. The bolt gun was like what? It's like
It's 3 damage, but and armor piercing.
Okay. How do I make that armor piercing? Is that one bonus?
No, it's just armor piercing. Is just a thing for me and when you like roll things, whatever armor rating a creature or armor has is reduced by half when rolling armor.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think Nelson's just gonna find a hiding place, I guess.
Okay. Well, as you are kind of looking around in the engineering section, you do start to kind of hear that in the
Okay.
vicinity.
Okay. New idea. Nelson's going to unlock this, and then unlock this, and then lock it back up. The fucking key. There we go. Nice. And start going back up. in a nice and definitely not panicky way at all.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, as let's bring you down here real quick, actually. As you are basically coming out into this area here, what are you doing? You're just drawing like red lines on stuff.
I was locking the doors. I was drawing the shape. It's like right under
Okay.
the select
Yeah.
move.
Okay. Yeah. Well, how do I erase this?
Recolor it. Here.
No, I just need to be able to actually like grab shit.
I'm not sure how you can. You should be able to, but I will.
So as you were, I'm gonna say like as you are getting ready to come out from this way, and you unlock the door, as you said, very frantically.
Oh, that's fine. Fan fucking tastic.
Yeah, so you're as you are standing in the doorway there, your totally awesome and good friend drops down.
Okay.
So,
Don't move. You can't see us if we don't move. Oh, it can definitely see us. Mobility check. I'm gonna jump through the door and fucking lock it. Please.
so yeah, it drops down like right in, not right in front of you, but very close within the within your vicinity. As you're standing there with the door open.
Oh, well, okay. I thought that was basically it. Whenever it dropped down, I thought you were expecting me to do something.
Oh no, I am building up the scenario for you to do something.
Got it.
And then, as it is going to leap after you, or leap out at you. I believe you do have the dodge talent. You do
Yes.
indeed. So as it leaps out at you, I'm gonna go ahead and roll its attack die here. Take a sheet. All right, I got 1. Go ahead and roll your dodge.
Is that not mobility?
It is mobility.
Is that not 2 right there?
Oh, I didn't see you had rolled it.
Yes.
All right. You dodge out of the way as it comes at you and ends up kind of leaping through the doorway.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. Fuck. Okay. That kind of does a bit of a funny, but okay. I'm gonna lock that door as soon as it does that.
Okay. So you lock the door. You close the door back up as it's kind of recovering from leaping at you into the hallway, and you just kind of like hear the clawing on metal, and you can hear it just like slamming against the door itself, and just constantly like you know.
Since it wants to be next to the fucking door so much, can I just drill through the glass and try to use the drill against it?
It's not trying to look through the glass at the moment. It knows you're on the other side of it, and it's just trying to claw its way through the door.
Is it successful or anything? Like, is it actually doing damage, or is it just kind of slipping around?
The door's not bowing or anything just yet, but you can definitely hear like the when it like slams its head against it, or the what sounds like metal on metal grating sound as it rakes its claws across the door.
Okay. Is there an intercom thing next to, or some type of communication thing next to the door, like over here?
Make an observation check.
I am observant. I'm panicking.
Roll the panic.
10. Pinned things. That's not it.
10 is freeze.
Fantastic.
You are sitting there just trying to collect your thoughts and check your pants and make sure you didn't make sure you needed to check whether or not you needed to wear the brown pants today.
Of course.
But yeah.
All right.
But
well,
after a few moments, you do eventually find a comm item comm terminal on the wall.
Okay. Nelson's gonna try to use it and contact anybody on the ship, saying it's over in engineering section,
Okay.
and assistance would be very much appreciated.
Okay.
Like right fucking now.
So Anderton, you hear that in the bridge.
Yeah. Is Walter with me, or is Walter with Ransom?
Walter is with Ransom.
Okay. Yeah. Sean will tab into the comm system again to the hallway and just tell Ransom that the creature is in engineering, and that is where Nelson located. So, gotta hurry.
That was a completely missed opportunity for the fucking voice changer. Damn.
Attention all passengers, this is your engineer speaking. If you could please relocate over to the engineering and maybe grant the engineer for some assistance against the alien right fucking now!
God.
Nice.
Roger that.
So yeah, Ransom, you and Walter are making your way down the ship. Let's go ahead and put you in this one right now. But yeah, Nelson had hit the emergency locks on pretty much each of the doors as he was running through. So, or yeah, Nelson did that. No, Nelson did that. So, trying to think of how this. Trying to think if the bridge controls would overlock like the manual emergency locks or not.
I think. Well, at least if
Please, not the all doors button. That's kind of important.
well, I think. Well, I know. At least from Alien. Well, actually, I guess Alien. They had. It was the portals to the airlocks that were. I can't remember if Covenant had that. I think Covenant did, where they could like they did where they like siphoned the alien through.
Yeah,
the
like
ship.
I know that they were opening, closing the doors, but like they weren't like emergency shut beforehand. So that's why I'm like kind of like considering.
Sounds like something up to the GM.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure they probably weren't designed. I mean, they probably designed so that like they can be remotely overridden.
Yeah.
Unless there's like or something.
Jace, go ahead and give me a Comtech roll real quick.
Yeah, sure.
You, sir, are panicking, apparently. All right. Well,
This bridge
as
has a lot of buttons.
yeah, it has.
I know, right?
There's a lot more controls here than any other control panel that you've had to deal with right now, and yeah.
No, that's honestly that's reasonable.
So yeah, so like Ransom, you had like called back up to the bridge to see if Anderton could unlock them, and he's like, "I'm trying," and that's a no go. So,
well, how are we gonna get through these doors, Walter?
well, there is you can try and Walter says that we can try and go ahead and just completely open up the panels to completely disengage the locks on the doors. They would have to be, repaired afterwards, but it would at least get us through at the moment.
I'd say we take that risk. Can always fix stuff later.
All right. Go ahead and give me a heavy machinery roll. You can get a +2 to this roll for Walter helping you out.
Great, because I have 0 heavy machinery.
Mm-hmm.
You're a strapping young lad.
Your heavy machinery roll is literally just ripping out the wiring.
Why is it not? There we go. All right.
All right, congratulations. You get through this first one.
All right. Here we go. Also, everyone keep in mind you should have at least one, if not two,
Story
Story.
points.
for the grand finale.
Yep, remember your story points. They probably will help you out. All right, go ahead and give me another heavy machinery roll there, buddy.
Nice.
All right. You can get through that one, and you're down at this one. Back down at the engineering section.
Oh boy.
Nelson, you are actually starting to see the door actually warp a little bit as the creature is attempting to make its way through.
Nelson's gonna look around the room again real quick and try to either see something like maybe a metal sheet of something that he could probably slap on top of the door, or maybe something along the lines of like a different method than just the door itself. Perhaps like an airlock. I am panicking.
Looking around, you do not see any other ways of entrance or egress except for the large ventilation shaft that the thing came through.
You know what? Could Nelson stack some shit up to the ventilation shaft and try to jump up there?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and
I feel like I gave Peter a terrible idea.
yeah, just go ahead and hold on, I'm gonna have you roll for this because you are definitely trying to do this in a fucking hurry.
What am I rolling?
Survival, but use your strength stat.
Strength.
Yeah, so just add 3 to the roll.
Oh wait, what? Add 3.
Well, yeah, so you'll be rolling 5 total plus your stress. So yeah, that's the right roll.
Okay.
That's more or less the right roll.
Got it. All right, cool. Stuff has been stacked.
Yep. So as you're like stacking stuff away from the door, the thing is just like banging and pounding against the door as it begins to warp more and more. You're also starting to hear a smell like something slightly acrid.
Acrid.
Yeah, kind of like when acid like comes in contact with something.
Oh, that's not good. Okay.
Ransom.
Yes. Do androids smell? I don't know. They have olfactory processors.
You do not smell anything like that at the moment.
I see.
All right. You did have an extra success right there, so you can go ahead and unlock that door. As you guys continue running down the hallways here. Go ahead and give me another roll.
There we go.
All right, you got that one. You got that one. This one should be locked as well. All right, and you're in there. Nelson, go ahead and give me a mobility check.
Let's see here.
Just imagining Ransom plowing through the hallways, jamming his hand in these,
Panic.
like a fucking Terminator.
All right, what was 9?
Scream, I think.
Scream.
Nine's
Nine
usually
is nine is
drop
drop item.
Oh, fantastical. I guess I dropped the drill.
Yeah, you dropped the drill as you were like looking for stuff.
Hmm.
Do you want to take the time to pick it back up?
Yes.
Okay. You begin climbing up the stack of stuff. It is a little rickety, but you managed to climb up it.
Okay.
And as you climb up it, you see that there is actually a ladder release for this air duct.
Oh, neat. Wait, so a ladder just goes down from the air duct itself?
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like it looks like it's like one of those like stacked ones that kind of like drop and fold out.
Okay. So I guess I should hit it.
I mean, if you want
Like-
to.
Can I not just like?
Yeah,
climb
I mean
into the air duct from
like
there?
you're high enough to reach the air duct. I'm just saying, like when you get up there, you see a ladder, like a ladder that you can release.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna hit the ladder release. All right, go for it.
All right. So you do so, and use it to finish climbing up the rest of the way, which wasn't really that much. Like you could, where you were at, you were basically reaching the lip of the air duct. But using this now, you can go ahead and just straight climb up through it.
Neat. Alrighty. Sure hope that weird smelling thing wasn't bad. What am I seeing in this air duct so far?
It is.
With my high beam flashlight.
It is not quite large enough to stand up fully, but you're just having to kind of like slightly crouch through it, but you can walk if you want to.
Hmm.
Obviously, like your head is like bumping right against the ceiling of it.
Right. Okay. Nelson's going to try and go back north and try to move past the this hallway with the engineering section in
Mhm.
colony B2E.
Okay, so yeah, you can move that way, and as you do, you kind of hear the sound of like metal rending, and kind of a more distant scream off in the into the distance there.
Wait, so what do you
Ye-
mean in the distance? In the distance of the air duct, or in the distance as I'm leaving the room with
At-
the noise in it?
Like you are hearing it from the room
Okay.
as you make your way up the air shafts.
Because I mean, all right. Yeah, he's just gonna keep on going.
All right. Ransom.
That's me
Yep.
getting through the doorway.
Mm-hmm. And Anderton, you're like kind of you've been watching Nelson like do all this stuff, like stacking up the boxes and whatever else he could find to try and get to the air shaft. And you can actually see that the xenomorph is, started to actually make a hole through the door. So yeah, heavy machinery there, Ransom.
Well done.
All right, you get through that one. You also get through the next one, and as you come up to this one, you can hear on the other side uh the metal on metal scraping and the muffled screeching and screaming on the other side of it.
I tell Walter to get ready. These things are not fun to fight.
Walter readies the maintenance jack after like you guys have pulled off the panel and have like all of the wiring controls and everything exposed as you release the last lock on the hallway doors here, and it opens up. And halfway through clawing and chewing through the door here, your your olfactory senses do pick up the acidic chemical smells in the air.
Well, maybe I can get it. Maybe we can catch it while it's sort of halfway in. Maybe get it in a nice compromised position.
Well, you do kind of do that, and so in the case of like turn order, it uses one of its turns to pull itself out of the doorway there. As you actually see it, it is a pretty large son of a bitch with kind of a lot of it's got the ridged spiky head and larger than most of them that you've seen.
I see. Well, this will be fun. All right, gonna draw a beat on this son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Find the page for these. There we go.
All right. Here goes nothing. Nice.
All right. Hit and hit that. All right, you open fire on it, and it's just kind of like ping, ping, ping.
Oh. This shit again.
Walter. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do initiative proper here, since we have multiples acting here. So go ahead and roll for Walter right quick. And oh, actually, go ahead and pull up the actual thing here. There we go. Do. And okay, that's you. What do I wanna use? Fuck it, I'll just use this one here. But they originally rolled a 10. And then put that there, so I have all of that. And a 1. And 2. All right. You're now in initiative proper.
All right.
So as a 5, you get to go first.
All right. Gonna pop off another shot.
Okay.
I think service pistol has no. Is it that there's no damage bonus or there's no attack bonus? I'm pretty sure there's a +1.
It is a damage 1 weapon, but it has like a +2 or something like that to actual attack.
Oh, in that case, I should probably add 2 then.
One bonus, one bonus die, 1 damage die.
Ah, gotcha.
Or sorry,
Right.
1 damage, but 1 bonus. So just go ahead and add 1 more.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Plink, plink, plink.
Oh.
All right. Well, it's turn. I think it's this. Please put the text where I need it to. There we go. Okay. So it is going for as it kind of like raises its arms up a little bit to like shield itself from your attack. It then lashes out completely.
Oh.
Oh shit, that's a lot. Base dice. All right. Again, I will allow you to block this with your arms since you are synthetic. However, you will take damage straight to your arms.
I'll let one arm go.
All right. Yeah. One of your arms is completely eviscerated at this point, and is unusable. As claw and teeth and tail attack at you.
Ouch.
All right, and as you are kind of like knocked around a little bit, Walter Walter comes up and swings the maintenance jack straight at it. Not a bad hit. Okay. Walter just smacks the shit out of it as it kind of screeches a bit and pulls off its attack from you as you just kind of hear this big thud as Walter just lays into it, dealing 3 of the damages.
Well done.
All right, and it's turn again. Oh, okay then. All right. Yep. All right. And Walter does have something to block with. Hmm. Hmm. He is synthetic, so he cannot push roll. All right. So you see the Walter, like, gives it a really good smack with the maintenance jack, causing it to, fall back a bit and kind of, shake it off. And then it leaps right back at him, and Walter is like holding the maintenance jack up against it as it's like leaning against it, and you can see its like, teeth, you know, snarling at it as like its mouth opens up and its second jaw like lashes out at him and just barely misses his face, but then ends up pushing him against the wall even closer and doing it again as you see it pierce the middle of Walter's head case.
No, Walter. You're gonna regret that.
All right, well, it's your turn there, Ransom.
All right. Bang, bang.
Is there an airlock? Like, not an airlock, another vent, like, above them? In the hallway?
Not one that you can like do anything with.
Okay.
Like, there's nothing that you could actually pass through from where you're at. You would have to like there's something that like you could see like down there, but there's nothing that you could actually pass through.
Hmm.
If you wanted to get back down, the closest area is where you came from.
Neat.
All right, that's 1, 2, 3 damage. Walter did. Okay. So you have story points. Do you want to spend any of them on this?
Yeah, I'll use one.
Okay.
Bang. Get off one last shot.
Okay. Okay. Don't say that.
Wait, I thought I did. So I used one. What? Sorry. One story point. Does that just add one damage? Or
Yep. Basically adds another success to the roll.
Gotcha. Sweet.
Okay, so you do that, and you basically had like put the gun like straight up against it and just started firing as it topples back, and you can see that it's like severely wounded at this point. And I'm gonna say it's like on this side of you at this current point in time, since it was attacking Walter, who would have been behind you. And it stumbles back and screams at you and begins making its way down the main hallway there.
So it's going away.
Yep.
The fuck?
Well, I think I might be the only person or thing on this ship that could possibly hurt it. So I'm gonna have to give chase.
All right. As you are doing so, you can move 1, it can move 2, so it is definitely moving a lot faster than you as far as areas that it can go through. And yeah. But yeah, no, you brought it down to 0 health, and it rolled the wounded critical injury, and then it rolled the runaway.
I'll just follow the acid blood trail, I suppose.
Do.
I'm a one-armed bandit.
Anderton, you see this you see this thing just speeding down the hallway through the cameras, like faster than you've ever seen anything actually move. And you can see that it is coming straight toward your direction at the moment. As it empties itself into the main area again, and tries to come through the doorway again, gnashing, and this time it's like just literally gnashing, clawing at the door, and like trying to break through the glass and everything.
Well, Sean's going to look around the bridge to see if there's anything cool that he could grab that would work as a weapon.
Sure, make an observation check.
Yep.
And while you're doing that, Nelson, you see this thing just book it down the way there. You're not as hindered as Ransom is for movement. So if you want to, you can just kind of start following the shaft all the way up to the main, back to the main area if you want to.
Okay.
So you eventually come back to the point where it came out in the mess hall, and you see another ladder drop that you can use.
Let's see here. Okay. And there's no other. Wait, is there? Well, no. I guess the alien would have. I don't know. Is there something that would lead me into the bridge here?
There is not a main airlock. There's not a main vent that. I mean, you can go in there and like see, but there's nothing that will let you out there.
Gotcha. All right, then yeah, I'm gonna use the ladder.
Okay, so you drop it down, and you climb down. Ransom, you come into the hallway there, just as you can see Nelson coming out of the mess hall again. Assuming, Nelson, you come out of the mess hall.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, Nelson will see a one-armed Ransom.
Okay.
And
Nelson just kind of like looks over at Ransom, nods, and then looks over back at the alien and like starts going in that direction.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll add Nelson there to the. Clear. Yeah, sure. All right. Go ahead and roll initiative again there. For everyone involved. And what was Sean's observation check? Okay. Sean, you are looking around the bridge for anything and everything that you could possibly use for defense, and the only thing you find is a metal clipboard.
Oh no. Oh no.
Might help you block.
It might help me block. You're right.
Oh fuck.
Remember, in this case, in the case of initiative order, the lower numbers go first. So
Could
Nelson.
Yes. Could I use a story point to run up towards the alien, jump, and fucking slam the rivet drill into its back?
You can use your turn to do so.
Neat.
You can, and potentially use the story point to succeed even better at it.
I would like to succeed at this. Okay.
All right. It is all more about piercing the armor and doing damage. So, Ransom, you come through the door with your like arm hanging and like your pistol drawn, like pointing. You see Nelson come out of the mess hall with like this like rivet drill in his arms. He sees you and he looks back at the alien and runs toward it to try and just like drill the fuck out of this thing. Give me a close combat roll there, Nelson.
Close combat. 1 success.
Would you like to push that roll?
Sure. Close combat.
So basically, roll all the
Two
dice. That,
successes.
so you're gonna
Wait, what?
you need to add the. So I'm gonna roll this again. You're gonna add the stress.
Okay.
You're gonna add 1 stress, but when you
Yep.
roll, you're gonna hit -1 on the roll to get rid of the one you already have a success on.
Wait. What? So that gets rid of 1 success.
Right. Well, so you've already got the success. You're re-rolling all the stuff that you don't have a success on. So you're keeping the 1 success you've already got, and just rolling everything else. So as I said, -1 to the roll for the one you've already made, and you're rolling all the other ones.
Okay, so total it is 2.
Yeah,
Hey, Peter.
yeah. Actually,
Before-
that does work out correctly.
Before he does that, if this was rolled on the table, his success would have been one of the stress dice. So
Mhm.
I think his second roll probably would have been what he would have rolled if he was on
Yeah,
the table.
yeah. That's it's what we just determined. It's
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, it's actually
Okay.
just that. So he inadvertently made the correct roll anyway.
Okay.
All right. So that's 1, 2, 3 successes. See what the armor does. Okay.
Let's fucking go.
I feel like a drill would probably be armor piercing.
It is armor
Yes, it
piercing, which is
is.
why it only
It
rolled
is.
5 instead of 10.
So I slap down the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
no
So
modifiers.
Nelson, you look to the right as the xenomorph turns to you from the door as like you're revving this thing up, and you just like run straight at it and start drilling into it. It's just like and as you're doing this, the xenomorph is like flailing about and and doing all of and screaming, and as you are just going more and more, as you're like hearing the drill just kind of like, and you hear it start to kind of like what sounds like it might be starting to give out, as you then start hearing like smelling like acid and all the other stuff, like as it's like pouring out as you like basically start drilling through its chest. And as you're doing this, acid does splash out of the xenomorph onto your hands and arms.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna roll that real quick.
Three successes.
Mhm.
All right. What does that land me?
Well, that means it does 3 acid damage to you.
I have 1 health.
Roll broken.
Well,
Roll
considering where it's basically landing on him, it's going to be a very specific critical injury. Also, increase your stress by another 1 as your arms
No,
just
of
start
course.
beginning to burn.
I mean, that's honestly just a Saturday.
Also, that is the perfect gift, the Evil Dead one right there.
Yes.
Indeed.
Do we have the crit table pinned up here or no? We do not. Okay. Let's see.
Oh no, yeah.
Yes.
If there was going to be a event above during the attack earlier, then I would have tried to have done it then, but there wasn't. So it's like, all right, well, I'm doing this then.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna go for this one. So 3 damage to you, and yeah, you are broken. As the xenomorph falls over and definitely dies this time with this rivet drill stuck in its chest. The acid damage to your arms just kind of like melts the flesh away on both of them, as there's just barely like flesh and bone left on there.
God damn.
Well, hopefully I can still use my first aid to maximum effect with only one arm.
You know what? As you're doing that, go ahead and give me a medical aid check with wits there, Ransom.
All right. Medical aid with wits, okay.
It's a good thing we're so close to the med lab. Oof.
Ow.
Damn.
All right. You do not think of what to go find, and you just try to find the most basic of basic medical aid stuff.
Put a blanket over it.
Unless he has a story point he wants to use.
He does actually.
Yeah, might as well.
All right, so you use your story point, and the first thing you think of is trying to find something to neutralize the acid.
Get some. I guess it would have to be a base, right? So I'd probably get like some sort of battery acid if I've got any on my hands. It's the most.
Actually, I think the hydraulic fluid that you would normally use would actually work. Or not the hydraulic fluid, but the basically the fluid that like droids use to function.
Gotcha.
So give me
just like squeeze my stump at him.
That wouldn't be enough. Go ahead and give me an observation roll to see if you can find what would probably be the extras that Walter would use to replenish his supply.
Oh yeah, I got that one.
All right, you go ahead and you find some, and now give me an actual medical aid roll.
One success.
Yay! All right, so you come out and you start just pouring this stuff out all over Nelson's arms, as you see it just kind of like, everything is kind of just like bubbling and everything like that. And you eventually stabilize Nelson to the point where he's not going to die, but he's probably not going to be able to be an mechanical engineer anymore.
I don't think I would want to be a mechanical engineer after this bullshit.
All right.
But yeah, so the big xenomorph is dead. It's kind of burnt part of a hole through the floor, but it looks like you kind of like poured this shit all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it's going to burn through anything else, but the body does fall down through to the shuttle bay.
I see. I'm gonna go ahead and knock on the bridge door, as if Nelson is stabilized.
Yep, you do that, and you go ahead and just kind of, with your one arm, just kind of drag him, I guess, over to like a bed or whatever.
Could always do the aliens thing and just put him directly into hypersleep if he's really critical. I guess I guess that's kind of what they did with Hicks.
Yeah, no, you can definitely do that. So yeah, you can drag him over to one of the pods here, and just kind of throw him to one of them. And yeah, so you're back on the bridge with Anderton and the comms officer. You're the only ones currently left on the ship that are conscious and or alive and functioning.
So, well, I hope that's the last of that.
Is there any way to do a scan to see if that's true?
You could watch the continue watching the monitors, but I mean, there are only 3 of us for this entire thing. I mean, if there's, I assume if there was a way, Walter would have said there was, but unfortunately, there was not.
All right. And as you guys are kind of like looking through this, there is a looks like a comm transmission coming to the actual colony ship. It's coming to the colony ship from outside.
Great. Anybody want to get that?
Yeah, hold on, let me.
The comms officer will do it. That's kind of their job.
Yeah, do the job. Do your job.
That's funny. What are you gonna do? Bleed on me? Yes. Oh.
Well, we're waiting.
But yeah. So you do that, and you hear a voice coming over the comms. What? Anderton, this voice is actually kind of familiar to you.
Argus?
Sean! You definitely recognize it as the voice of Jukes.
Jukes? Where are you?
I'm on a shuttle heading your way.
Oh my
Got
God.
got some folks I think you'd be interested in seeing. And he's gonna put someone I think Sean would, or actually Peter, would they be able to say anything at this point?
No. If
Okay. Then yeah, Juice is just gonna be like, I think you'll be interested to see the folks we've got with us. Can we dock?
And
I asked Anderton where has Jukes been this entire time?
Sean will just kind of look away from Ransom, and then look back, and he'll say, "Well, I
also
thought
short answer, no. It is not safe for them to dock because there is a hole in the in the floor going to the shuttle bay, and if the shuttle bay opens, it's gonna start sucking stuff through that hole. So that's an immediate concern.
yeah,
Other
well,
than
there's-
that, there are other possible
Yeah.
concerns that you might have. So go ahead with
yeah,
those.
they're kind of still out there. So Sean will kind of give an uneasy look to Ransom, and then explain that Jukes was abducted, taken by one of these creatures to the lower levels of the space station, and I never saw him after that. I just assumed he had been killed.
Oh man, this is gonna be like it's gonna be like a. Ooh, okay. Well, tell him that we can't dock right now. We need some time.
And how else can they dock if not through the shuttle bay? Do we have an umbilical on this ship?
We just. Sorry, go ahead.
What I was gonna say, while you guys are discussing, I think someone's gonna interrupt from the shuttle, and you're gonna hear Sosa's voice being like, "Is Ransom there? Is he okay?"
Osa?
Oh, thank God.
Well, I'm down one arm, but shit's sake, how did you guys get out of there?
A lot of luck. And Peter, would any? I know there's at least one other person who might try to take control.
Yeah,
of the
go look at your DMs and just kind of reply to that real quick so I can remember. Please stand by. So yeah. Yeah, so as you guys are kind of like talking whatever, Sean, you hear another voice come over the comm that you didn't think you would hear or would even want to hear at any point in time after leaving the colony.
Oh, great.
As over the comm you just kind of hear like, Anderton, oh my god, you are so unlucky to still be alive.
I'm gonna indicate to to Anderton, just like hold up the gun that I have and just sort of shrug with my one arm. You know.
Yeah. If it is not apparent by the attitude and whatnot, this is definitely Vargas.
Yeah, the shuttle bay is completely usable. It is safe. Feel free to talk.
Well, okay, so the point that I was trying to make was more about you guys and air being sucked out of the ship itself.
Because there's right, because of the breach.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, well, we should probably
From the what? How?
From the xenomorph that burned the hole through the floor.
Right, but there are all sorts of doors that can be locked that would prevent air being sucked out from the bridge. It's not.
Yeah, but it's more about being sucked out from the rest of the ship.
Who? There's. If we're in the bridge and this door is locked, that's not going to be a pressurized problem.
right.
Right?
Basically, you're worried that the idea is that we're going to just lose a lot of breathable air. Is that the
yeah?
Thing? And just would we be able to? I'm assuming. I mean,
because right now, you had basically ripped open all of the doors in the hallways, going all the way down to the engineering bay.
All right. Well.
So I mean.
Right. Because we have
Just very quickly. I mean, what's preventing that from happening now?
The airlock door isn't open. Is the thing, and we broke open those doors to get to the xenomorph. And I only have one arm. I have no heavy machinery. Our only heavy machinery person has no arms either. So it's going to be, that is a concern.
Well, I guess I'm just not following what the issue is, because if the xenomorph went through the deck where it died, right, down to the shuttle bay, and is it just going from floor to floor and then out?
No, like the acid was neutralized enough to where it wouldn't keep going, but it burned enough of a hole in the floor to open up to down to the shuttle bay.
So it's from the level that we're at, opening up to the shuttle bay,
mm-hmm.
or if the shuttle bay doors open to space, that's what's going to cause the breach.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. I
but
I
we
assume
still-
normally. I was gonna say I assume normally the shuttle bay, is designed to be pressurized and depressurized, but since there's a hole, that's a hole to the essentially the rest of the ship.
Hmm.
A lot more air is going to be sucked out. And
Right. But
other
if you
problems.
open the doors, let the shuttle in, and then close the doors, that's not going to be. Sure, you'll lose some air, but I can't imagine it to be so detrimental that the system's not going to regenerate more.
Well, it's more of also a problem of explosive decompression in various other areas. Because the shuttle bay has its own, process of compressing and decompressing itself, but the rest of the ship does not, is kind of the problem here.
So basically, if we lost that air, it wouldn't be replaced essentially. I mean, is so in that case, it's less, fixing the doors than it is. I mean, the fact that there's a big fucking hole in the floor, and we can't really do anything about it, unless we do have some sort of like maintenance. I mean, I know you've all seen The Martian, right? Where they just like basically have like vacuum tight, like if you have just like plastic that can create a seal. But
Well, I know Nelson was potentially looking for something to just completely seal off one of the doors to the engineering bay. So you could potentially go down that route of just trying to find something.
All right, I'm gonna say I'm gonna need at least one of your. I'm gonna need at least two more hands than the one I have.
All right. So moving you guys down, I'm just gonna go ahead and oh. So are you going to tell them that it's safe to dock, or are you gonna try and patch it up first?
I'd have to tell them that we can't. We have to find a way to seal the breach before we can have them dock.
Okay.
I feel like it would be especially comedic if that's all you said and turned off the comms, and then the folks in the shuttle are like, "What do you mean breach? What's going on?"
Yes, that's completely what happens. But yeah, so since you guys are not in a total and complete hurry of being chased down by xenomorphs and whatnot, you can actually go and look through various areas. Like you can go through the engineering bay, you can go through cargo storage areas and whatnot, and try and find something that you can use. Eventually, you find a few small hull plates that would be used to replace the outside parts of the ship.
Well, if we can move it, then I mean, if we can create a seal, do we have like adhesive or anything of that nature that we can use to?
I mean, there was the cutting torch that Nelson didn't take with him.
That's true. All right, let's make it happen.
All right. I
You'd
believe
think-
that gives a plus. I forget if it gives a +1 or +2 to heavy machinery rolls.
Cutting torches?
Yeah. Cutting torch. +2.
All right. Well, I've got a pretty good strength, so I can use that. Because I doubt Anderton has any heavy machinery.
Do in fact have 1 point in heavy machinery.
And how much strength?
He has a total roll of 4. He would have a roll of 6.
I would have a roll of 10, but I imagine having probably at least -2 for having one arm.
Yeah. So basically, the penalty and bonus would
Okay,
even out.
then I'd have an 8. So just do that. So Ransom is going to
But you know what Sean does have still?
a story point.
He does.
2 arms.
And 2 arms. He
Yeah.
does have
Alright.
2 arms and a story point if he would like to use them here.
Gonna have to give up 1 arm and a story point if you want to get out of this
That's
one.
asking a lot.
It's up to you. I'm just saying the option is there.
I might need my story point to disconnect Vargas's life support system.
Well, I'll probably have to kill her first. I mean,
Okay, well, then Sean will use the story point.
All right. So you guys get the hole sealed. Basically, you end up. Basically, I'm going to say you end up just kind of replacing that whole like panel section of the floor. Like you do like an even cut that's like just small enough so that you can easily adhere this extra piece of bulkhead plate to the panel itself. But yeah, it's seems to be solid.
I see.
All in a day's work.
So we'll go back and then have let's relay to Sosa that Ransom would like to speak to Vargas privately and to hold her in the shuttle while everybody else disembarks. On official what do you
Right.
call it? Martial business.
So the shuttle eventually docks. And do I assume like both of you go down there to meet them or no?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm probably gonna have to play this strategically. What with me obviously being an android and obviously not being a Weyland-Yutani android, I'm probably going to hang back and
Okay.
maybe just wait in if there's like an officer's quarters or something where that Vargas would naturally sort of claim. He'll wait for her there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
I
Anderton,
assume you would tell
Anderton,
Sosa.
you go down there, and as you are seeing the people disembark, Jukes comes out first. He is excited. I don't know if excitable would be the
I think he's feeling pretty good.
yeah, he's feeling great.
He gives Anderton like a slap on the back and it's like, yeah, good to see you. And, like then moves on.
I want to keep an eye on that guy.
Let's go.
Man,
feed
I
him
am
some
hungry.
spaghetti. Oh God, no.
By the way, I did not tell him to say any of this.
Yeah. Yeah, check your DMs. Yeah, right.
I had a phone call and just got back. What happened?
A shuttle has shown up, and it has passengers on it that aren't the Marines that y'all sent out before.
And I got a little bit because I didn't want to. It's like I know Vargas and them are hopping on board, but there's like some kind of team in order to, or some kind of like effort to keep Vargas off the fucking ship beforehand.
It was.
They had to figure out what to do about the hole in the floor before they could let the ship dock.
Yeah, did that, and then but Ransom was considering having Vargas detained on the shuttle, but knowing that Jukes disappeared in the presence of an alien, he's going to be very skeptical of that. I'm probably going to keep an eye on Jukes while I can. He'll be up in the bridge looking at through the security system with the comms officer.
But yeah, so after
Right.
Jukes,
Jukes is definitely heading to the mess hall, by the way. And probably gonna be flipping his shit when he sees a dead body.
I think you can go ahead and pull Jukes' thing onto the map if you want to.
Sure.
But yeah, Anderton, after that, you see Sosa come off the ship with one of the medical personnel who was also one of Jukes' friends. It was Robin.
Oh yeah.
And they are carrying on a makeshift stretcher another person dressed in medical garb who has their face completely covered with something, but even though their face is covered, you recognize them immediately. And by covered, I mean by a large parasitic organism.
Wait, say that again.
This person has been face hugged.
Oh fuck.
And then following out after them is Vargas.
Oh, this is a problem.
I presume, unless stopped, Sosa and Robin would be taking this person to the med lab or to a cryopod.
That is a good assumption. It is more of a what is Anderton's reaction to seeing this? Besides getting a stress.
Oh yeah. Anderton's going to be.
Actually, what is your stress right now? It's only 4? Okay, you're not over half just yet.
No, I mean I just added, so it's now 3 with the one you just told me to add.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a panic as well, because I definitely think that at least internally, you would definitely panic over seeing this.
Yeah. I do have nerves of steel.
Okay. So you rolled a 4, or is that after the Nerves of Steel?
That's Nerves of Steel is not. It doesn't deduct itself.
Okay. So you rolled a 2 total.
Yeah,
okay. So yeah, you see this, and even though I'm sure that Sean wants to, like, kill everybody and then himself at this point, keeps his complete cool.
Yeah, he's going to be visibly upset. I mean, he's not going to break down and cry, but you can tell, like, his facial expression and demeanor and body posture have changed dramatically. And he's going to stay by Yuki's side as they cart him off to wherever they're going.
As you're doing this, you catch Vargas's look, and it is that look of we need to talk now kind of thing.
The Marshal wants to have a word with you, and then we can talk.
Well, it's like she doesn't actually say anything. It's just that look of
Oh,
she's not going to interrupt the moment that you're having, but it's it's just one of those unspoken things that you can tell what it means.
oh. Yeah. And he's just gonna give her a glance and then just go back to his husband. He's not worried about her. He's not worried about repercussions from the job. Because at this point, he's going to assume that he's lost his job, that he doesn't have a career left, so he doesn't have any kind of sense of duty or obligation to her anymore.
Okay. So then just move this entire party to the med lab, because I'm pretty sure that's where they're all going.
Yeah.
Jukes, Jukes eventually gets to the mess hall and sees its complete and utter destruction.
Throws up an alien.
Go ahead and increase Jukes' stress by 1 on that one.
Yeah. He's gonna see it. He's like, yep. What? I don't even want to know. I don't want to know.
Where's the ramen? Fuck it.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, so Ransom, what are you doing at this point?
Well, first thing, I mean, he's watching things through the. He assumably saw the face hugged Yuki on the screen.
Yeah.
And also Jukes. First things first, he's gonna visit Jukes.
Yeah. Jukes is Scott's character. Yeah.
Indeed. So he'll enter into the mess hall,
which apparently is you are still considered his rival.
Indeed.
And
Oh well. Yeah.
Also, he doesn't know that Ransom is an android.
That too. Here's a question: does Ransom want to try and conceal this fact at all?
I mean, how would he? He has one arm.
Right, but I mean, like, you could potentially try and dress it up as much as you can to just make it look like you're an injured person.
Sure. I mean, I could, like, I'll help if there's a jacket, or he'll ask for the calm person jacket, and then, like, pin it so it looks like he's missing an arm.
Mm-hmm.
Not an android arm necessarily. If that makes sense.
Right. Okay. Go ahead and roll the Medcare wits roll again.
All right, 1 sec. There we go.
All right. So yeah, you've cleaned up all the parts that are like your actual like injuries or whatever of all of the milky substance. Anything else that's on there, you can kind of possibly blame it on the now destroyed Walter that you were in close proximity to.
And he can probably, I mean, he's got a decent manipulation. He can probably fake being in pain if necessary.
Or at least on really good painkillers.
Indeed.
All right, you have and this would have been like while all the stuff was happening in the shuttle bay, as they were all coming in and whatnot. And you would have had you would have had time to think of and set this up.
Indeed. All right.
Let's use this one. Yeah, so I'm just gonna use this one to represent Vargas. If I can get it onto the fucking map. There it is. One of our original players' things that didn't get used.
Hmm.
But yeah. So
And Vargas
uh,
is female?
yeah. I'll say they just go to the officers' quarters for now. Yeah, so Ransom, you can now go find Jukes. Now that I have everything set out.
See that he's in the mess hall.
Mm-hmm.
Walk into the mess hall with my one arm and my, all that stuff.
Oh, hey Ransom, you look like shit. And you just see him like trying not to look too much at the body while he's like getting noodles.
And says, "Yes, Jukes, it's been a while. Where have you been?"
Well, I had a run-in on the station with one of those things, but one of the Marines got me out of that situation.
Do you describe
And-
what situation are you talking about? Like he saved you from, like, I know Sosa. She's a good Marine. What happened?
Yeah, look, I went up against one of those things. Didn't go quite as well, but look, don't tell anyone else. I want to still make a book deal, and I want to kind of play it up, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't really remember what happened after I had a less than glorious victory, but yeah, I woke up. I was kind of stuck on, if you know, like on one of the walls. Um, and she got me off, and got me off the wall, and we escaped. And I'm telling you, I couldn't feel any better. Glad I'm not on that station anymore. And look, I know we had our problems in the past. I don't want to cause any trouble. We'll get in our cryopods, sweep this off. I'll get out of your hair. You never have to see me again.
Sounds like a plan to me. What are you having?
Lo mein.
Mm.
Delicious.
By all means, dig in. I'll go see what's going on with Sosa. As you can see, as you know, we had our run with the alien here. Got a little bit hairy. My arm's all messed up, but yeah, they have some pretty fucking good narcotics on this station, on this ship. Let me tell you. But good to see her in good health, and he's gonna go in to the bar where the coffee is served. And so basically, what he's going to try and do is, presumably, Jukes is going to be digging into his food. The idea is that Ransom is going to maneuver behind him casually and then pull out the gun and shoot him in the back of the head.
Nice.
Okay.
I assume this is a observation versus mobility. I mean, in character, I would.
Yeah,
never
like
do
I'm
that.
I'm trying to so first things first, ransom roll manipulation. See if you can pass this off enough.
Oh,
I believe it's just countered by manipulation, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Usually manipulation is countered.
All right. Jukes, go ahead and roll your own manipulation.
It's a 0-0, but
Yeah,
defenders
so
win.
defenders win on this. So yeah, Jukes, you're not completely buying it. Something's a little fishy here about ransom. So it's likely you probably
I'm
kind
just
of
keeping an eye on him.
keep one eye on him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just like, don't you got things to do?
I mean, it's over now. Like, presumably, how did you even get back down to the station? Or back down to the planet, anyway?
I didn't. The shuttle came for me.
I see.
Well, maybe not for me, but you know what I mean.
Oh, lucky for you. Well, so here we are. You've had well, I wouldn't say you had a run of good luck. But you certainly had a run of luck, as we all have. You do,
Gonna make for a good story.
yeah, you do realize the obvious conclusion that we must come to, don't you? Regarding your time in the wall, you were there. You were down there in the was it not the power plant? It was the sanitation plant on the colony. You remember? People on the walls.
Not everybody that's stuck to a wall gets one of those things inside them. Sosa told me that they brought they got one of their Marines. Same situation as me.
As a matter of fact, he died. We removed the.
He's talking about Kent.
yeah,
Actually.
because
Oh.
Kent was strung up, but was not face up yet.
Right. Can I mind if I check your scalp?
Yes, I do mind actually.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to be bothered. I'm hungry.
Well, we'll just sit down with you then. We'll sit across from him. And we're going to see what happens.
Right on.
I mean, Jukes, do you just kind of like sit there, or do you get up, or what do you do?
I think he's going to continue eating while he's looking at Ransom. Just, that nice cinematic awkward silence. Staring each other down.
All right. And as that's going on, like, camera view is basically like sitting where like each of you would be on either side of the screen, just kind of like looking at each other. Goes out of focus and like focuses on the doorway as Vargas like walks by the mess hall toward the med lab. And Sean, Vargas is now actively trying to get your attention to come and talk to her. Outside of the obviously outside the ears of said medical personnel.
Yeah. So he will step out here and
Yep, you went away from your mic.
oh yeah, Sean's going to step out from the med bay into the hallway with Marcus.
Okay. She says that we should go talk somewhere where nobody can easily overhear. So like either the officers' quarter or the crew quarters area.
Yeah, says go ahead.
Alright.
Let's go.
There we go. So yeah, you guys are Vargas doesn't even really like sit down or anything like that. And just kind of looks at you trying to take your measure on whether or not she thinks that you're still on board with company procedure or not. And eventually just kind of decides, like, fuck it, here we go. All right, Anderton. I know that shit's gotten really fucked up recently, but we fortunately have a rare opportunity to salvage everything.
What do you mean? Colony's lost.
Yeah, the colony might be lost, but not everything is. Like I said, there are certain things that we can do that we can still salvage the situation.
How do you salvage the loss of a colony and the loss of a space station? I mean, I can't even imagine the numerical value of what was lost.
Despite all that, the potential value of these things to Weyland-Yutani's bioweapons division would be astronomical. And right now, we have a live sample of one that we could potentially bring back. Now, we'll need to get your spouse into cryo as quickly as possible. But this whole thing can be completely saved once we get back.
By offering up my husband as sacrificial lamb.
There's no guarantee that they can't be saved from this. I mean, we got back home, we've got the words, phrases, I can use them. We've got the most advanced medical technology in the known universe as we see it. We can probably remove the creature that's on her or on him and probably save his life along with whatever this thing is. And of course, the bonus on this would be astronomical. You and your husband would likely be set up for life just from the finder's fee alone.
Didn't say how long they'd be living.
No. How do you
Anderton
know?
buy this story?
Yeah, does he?
Let me see here. Yeah, I would say it's pretty even.
I
You
mean,
can
to be fair, Yuki's gonna die. If not, it seems Yuki's life is in danger one way or the other.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Jason knows that, but Sean doesn't necessarily know that. Yeah, I mean, does Sean believe Vargas
Well, let's see.
be saved? I don't know.
go ahead and roll your manipulation if you want.
Hmm.
You want to use your story point for this?
He already did.
Oh, he did.
I
That's
already
right.
did.
Doesn't everybody have two?
Sean only had one at the time.
Yeah, I can, however, push.
Seems like a point at which to.
So I got 2 successes. So I'll
Yeah.
roll
So add a
and-
stress, roll, and hit -2.
Okay. Add stress.
You're
Roll
already trying
panic.
to read Vargas and freaking out.
So he has nerves of steel, which would make that an 8.
8. All right. So 8 on the normal one is.
Twitch.
Tremble.
Vargas Serena, like, oh, this he seems to be taking it well.
Yeah.
Let me see what the manipulation is for the alternate one. It's just out of curiosity, because it might be the same thing. Manipulation and an 8. Same thing. Yep. So yeah, your voice just kind of like starts to stutter and choke up just a little bit. But I mean, like, you know what Vargas is saying is not necessarily untrue.
But does he really buy it?
I mean, if you want to go by dice rolls,
Yeah.
Even if he consciously doesn't buy it, he might be like clinging on to hope.
yeah.
Yeah.
I-
There's
Might be.
there's the cutthroat like corpo that he knows about, but then there's also like the emotional aspect that would be playing into this as well.
He'd also kind of know that Vargas would say anything as well. Yeah. At this
Yeah.
point, like, I don't think he would really. He definitely wouldn't believe that Vargas gives a
Like
shit.
you know that Vargas doesn't actually give a shit about you or Yuki at the end of the day. But you still do know that she is not necessarily lying as far as
Yeah.
like the potential outcome here.
Yeah, Vargas isn't wrong. Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're not wrong, but you're still an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, I think Sean would kind of grudgingly accept it. Because either way, they don't have the medical facility and knowledge, equipment to do anything here.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he didn't want to go along with it, he still wants to save Yuki.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to do that is to put him in cryo.
So what do you say? So what do you say, Anderton? We can put all of our differences and headbutting aside for the greater good of humanity in the end here.
He's gonna shrug and say, "Okay." Okay.
All right. So you guys, you two eventually like walk back to the med lab, passing the mess hall with Jukes and Ransom just kind of staring each other down. But that's none of your business. That's, you're just you have a mission and you're going to complete it. As you guys go over here, Vargas walks in with you, and Robin and Sosa are talking to each other, trying to figure out how they're going to be able to save this individual. How they're gonna save Yuki, and Vargas walks in and just like pipes up and is all like, "We're gonna freeze him. It's the only thing we can do right now." And
Sosa probably doesn't have any better ideas. She's like, yeah, we might have better equipment back at our destination.
Robin like pipes up with that. It's all like, "We're never gonna get him back to Earth. The quarantine protocols would stop him in his tracks." And to that, Vargas says, "It's like, don't worry about that. I can get the clearance." Does Sean have anything to add to any of this?
Sean, I think, would just be going. I think Sean would just be at Yuki's side, just kind of taking his hand in his own, Yuki's hand in his own, and really just kind of drowning out what Vargas is saying to anybody else in the room.
Okay.
Because he's just now really just kind of he's just upset and depressed about it.
From way off in the distance here, I think this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Vargas
Indeed.
Vargas goes ahead and well, she looks at you, Sean, to kind of see if you have any more like objections or anything like that, and then looks back at Sosa and Robin and says, "Prep him for cryo sleep. It's the only thing that we can do right now." And Robin pipes up to try and object again, but is kind of shut down by Vargas, saying that she has a job to do to keep this person alive, and the only way to do that is to put them in cryo. Would Sosa have anything to say about any of that?
I think she's basically it's the lesser of two evils as she currently sees it.
Okay.
She thinks the best chance they have is to do exactly that.
Okay. So Robin, because Sosa doesn't really know how to prep anybody for cryo. Well, she might.
Any grunt work.
So yeah, Sosa and Robin get the proper meds to put into Yuki, various sedatives and whatnot, and prep Yuki to go and get put into cryo. And everybody starts kind of like walking down this way. Jukes and Ransom, you see the entire group kind of like wheeling Yuki down the hallway there with the face hugger still attached to his face. And as they kind of like pass you by.
Ransom's gonna stick with Jukes, huh?
I'm gonna say.
How does Ransom feel about the whole face hugger thing?
I'm gonna ask Jukes if he wants to come with me while I see to our face-hugged friend.
He finishes up what he's eating. He's like, I don't have anything better to do. And follows Ransom after you.
All right. All right, and then we will. So yeah, I'll figure.
Nothing.
I'm assuming they're going to be putting him in hypersleep, but if that's the case, you can figure out it's probably the best possible solution for us right now if they can pull it off. So let's make sure they do.
All right.
Yep. So you guys get down there eventually, as they've got a pod open and are you see Sosa and Robin setting Yuki into one of the pods.
I figured, dude, wasn't our pod or like our open pod situation like
There's
just
a
literally-
there's a lot more open up now that the Marines aren't on the ship anymore.
Oh, that's true. All right.
So as that's happening, Sean's going to step out into the hallway and just kind of give a raised eyebrow look to Ransom.
We'll do a little wink.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually reassuring at this point.
And he says, well, I mean, that's a hell of a thing, but Cryo Sleep's the best possible place for him right now.
He's gonna place a hand on Ransom's shoulder and just kind of nudge him over into Colony Bay 2A.
I'll follow.
And once they're in this space, kind of, they'll kind of walk into the area. And I'm guessing these bays are like what we saw in Alien Covenant,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just kind of stacks and stacks and stacks of people in these cryo tubes.
Yep.
Yeah. So they're going to kind of walk back a few rows and then kind of duck in behind a set. And Sean will tell Ransom, Vargas wants to take Yuki back to civilization to save him and then to save what is growing in him. And we don't have much of a choice if we want to save him, if he can even be saved. But I don't know if that's even possible.
I don't know either. I mean,
and Vargas is very sure that she's able to get us through quarantine.
no, I don't doubt that that's the case. Colonial Marines are pretty. I guess it's the Marines who maintain quarantine. That in any event, Weyland-Yutani has more than enough clout to waive those protocols if they wanted to. I guess the question is, I mean, it's very possible that Yuki would be savable. I guess the question is whether you think they would. I mean, I think best case scenario is probably that you wouldn't see him again, provided both of you aren't liquidated after you've gotten the thing out of him. But I can't make that decision for you. If you think that's what it is, then that's what it is. But I think
if Vargas is no longer an issue, then I think that's going to be one more step in the right direction.
I can live with that. I think there are other problems that I don't know. I'll have to. I need to talk to Sosa about it, but I don't know if Jukes is in a family way or not. Just keep an eye on him. I'll have to, but yeah, I think, like I said, I really do think that Yuki being on ice is at least keeps him safe for the moment. And then
Keep us safe.
that's true, that too. But if it, I mean, it keeps the thing inside him at bay, and I'll take that. But we have to figure out what to do about Vargas. What are we gonna do? I don't know how. I don't think I can keep up this. I don't think I can keep up my ruse with one arm. So we have to figure this. I mean, Sosa will be okay with doing whatever we need him with whatever we need helping us, but just yeah, we'll see how it shakes out. But we need to figure out if they have any weapons first. If nothing else, just because we want to make sure we don't breach the hull if we have to throw down.
Yeah, I can do that. And I think I can talk with Jukes.
Okay, good. All right, I'll reconvene with Sosa, and yeah, let's. If anything weird happens with him, sound the alarm. I'll come running. We'll do what we have to.
Got it.
Here's a question, Scott. Was Jukes going to be sticking around, or what was he doing?
I think he was in the hallway trying to see if he could listen in.
All right, make an observation roll. Nope, don't hear a goddamn thing.
Well, pretty sus, but
I didn't see a roll.
He did.
oh, I still have it set to private.
Oh, you're sneaky.
My bad. But I did not succeed.
Yeah,
Okay.
he got a single
Panic.
single one and rolled a panic, but rolled a 6 on the panic, so he's fine.
Okay.
I'm just in sus mode.
Well, Sean will step out in the hallway and go up and greet Jukes and kind of lead him away from the colony bay up this direction. Say, hey, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're okay. But listen, I know you probably have big plans, and I want to help you with those plans. But
Music to my ears, man.
we need to make sure we're all going to be okay at the end of this.
Well, I think I'm not sure what's up with Ransom, but I'm kind of suspicious of him. I don't know what he might have told you, but
What do you mean?
I wouldn't believe him. I don't know, man. He was eyeing me up when I was eating, and he seemed to think I was carrying one of those things or something. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I mean, so
You're fine.
Well, no. I mean, what happened to you when you got lost in the station?
Look, don't tell anyone else, because I'm looking to make it a little more exciting when I write my book. You know what I mean? But I tried taking on one of those creatures. Didn't go so well. I don't really remember what happened after that, but I woke up. I was, pinned against the wall, and I know that doesn't sound good, but Sosa told me that other people, you guys got other people off their wall, and they were fine. And I think if I was face hugged, I'd know about that. I know you're on my side, man. You believe me, right?
I mean, do you have any marks? And
Do you
Sean,
see any marks? And he's like, kind
I
of
don't know.
presenting his face.
Go ahead and make a medical aid wits roll.
Let's roll. Let's see.
You don't see shit.
You look okay to me.
Hey, what did I tell you, man?
All right. Listen, geez, okay. I mean, I don't know what's up with him. I mean, ever since the colony, we got up here from the colony, he's been a little bit off, but I don't think he is malicious with his intent. But I do think Vargas is malicious, and I think the only reason Vargas brought my husband on this trip is because of that face hugger. I don't think she has any genuine interest in trying to save Yuki.
Hey. Well,
I mean,
wouldn't surprise me.
did you see Vargas bring anything else with her on this shuttle?
Peter, did I see anything else? I don't think I did.
So
No.
do you know if she has did she bring a firearm on board?
No. No, they would just themselves.
And how did I mean? Did they talk about how they found Yuki? How did they get him?
Look, man, I didn't ask.
Okay,
The less I knew, the better. I figured plausible
Okay.
deniability and all that. If you know what I mean.
I get it. I mean, I just hope with your book that you're not going to use my name, and I think you shouldn't use Yuki's name in his memory. It doesn't make it out of here.
Hey, he puts like an arm around Sean's shoulder. Look, buddy, of course. Anything we can help each other out, you know. I'm just looking to spin a good story. Certain facts have to be left out. Certain facts have to be left out.
And Sean will kind of move in to hug Jukes, and then just kind of rest his head on his shoulder, just like I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Anytime, pal.
Okay. Thanks.
Hold on. So Fuchs roll stamina.
Did Juice get turned on by getting hugged? He got an erection.
All right. Continue. So yeah, this goes on, and yeah, y'all have your little embrace and let go, and yeah, you walk away.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna look to maybe take a shower before getting into cryo. I mean, he's basically just trying to buy time. He doesn't want to get into cryo before ransom. He's concerned what ransom might do. I mean, he doesn't know what, but you know, if ransom goes into cryo before him as he sees it, that would be preferable. So he's buying some time. He could use a shower, so he's gonna take a shower.
Yes, Kitty, I know you're hungry, but I'm going to finish up here first. All right. So, Vargas, Robin, and Sosa are finishing up putting Yuki in the tube and getting all that stuff. So, what's the action? What's the plan of action between Anderton and Ransom here?
Sean will go back and talk to Ransom and tell him that Jukes seems to be okay, and that Jukes is he's going to follow my lead.
Good. Well, I guess that leaves us our Vargas problem. Let's convene with Sosa. I'm eager to hear from her. See how she's doing. So he's going to go and find Sosa.
Okay. Oh, I mean, she's right across the hall there.
I'll knock with my one good hand.
I mean, the door just pretty much opens as you like.
Well, knock on the frame.
Right.
No, coming. Says, I'm glad to see you. Wished the shuttle. So go ahead.
Sosa's not busy. Well, actually, regardless of whether she's busy or not, she's going to rush over to Ransom and give him a big old hug, like before he can finish his sentence.
It says, at ease, soldier, at ease. All right. We've still got, we're almost to the end of this thing, but we've still got an issue with this Vargas character.
Vargas is literally in the room with you.
Oh, sorry, didn't know that. That one right there is a dick. Can I borrow you for a second?
Of course.
Step out with me, and we're going to we're gonna go somewhere.
Colony Bay 2A seems to be the nice place to have secret conversations.
Indeed, we can do that.
Damn, you're gonna take him out to dinner first? Shit.
He says, "Some got back here. The shuttle that we took off from couldn't really be used again. We sent the Marines who were on they're on the colony ship back down to see what they could do on the colony side, but I don't have much confidence in their ability to do much for us. Main thing, it's good you're here. We have a problem, and
I assume we moved over to the other room.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. Saying, I got a problem in this Vargas character, to say the least. This company bigwig, Anderton's good. We fought alongside one another when you were indisposed, but Vargas is Weyland-Yutani through and through. I don't think she's gonna let us go. She's definitely not gonna go into sleep before she figures out that I'm not company property. So we have an issue, and I mean, what's your sense of things? How'd you end up getting on that shuttle? How'd you find Jukes too? What was his deal?
Well, after we last talked, I had to make a spacewalk onto another part of the station. And when I was doing that, I saw that shuttle was coming to dock at the station, and that seemed to be my best bet if I was ever going to see you again. So when I got back in the station, I basically stumbled into Jukes, and he seemed to need help, and I didn't see any signs of infection. So I helped him out, and we got on the shuttle, and then we got here.
Good, good. I don't know. I still have a bad feeling about. So Jukes was just walking around, or did you find him?
No, he was on the wall like Kent.
Gotcha.
But I mean, I didn't see any of those eggs nearby or anything like that. I don't think they got to him.
I hope not. And I offered to check his scalp for markings of that thing, but yeah, I think he's kind of jumped up. Probably doesn't trust me. But as I was saying, our immediate problem now that Yuki's going into hypersleep is that Vargas is going to. I have a feeling that her ultimate plans may not involve the survival of anyone besides her and Yuki for at least as long as it takes to get her big discovery out of him. I think certainly she's a threat to me, even before she figures out that I'm an android. So essentially, what I'm going to have to ask you to do is back us up. Do you have weaponry?
No.
Well, you're pretty good with a gun, though, right?
I've been trained and such.
Good deal. Here, I'll trust you with this. Hands Sosa the gun. He says, I got my handy retractable maintenance jack if if anything comes to what. But one thing I would like us to do, if possible, is we need to frisk. We need to frisk Vargas. Wouldn't be surprised if she's got a holdout on us. She seems like the type. We can proceed from there, but we may need to put her into sleep. We may need to kill her. I don't know what's going to happen. It's up to her, really. But Weyland-Yutani is not going to do anything except for their own reasons. You good with that?
She seems a little uncertain about the possible implications, but everything Ransom has said has given her, the excuse of, oh, well, if Vargas, tries attacking someone and you have to defend and self-defense, well, that's okay. That's not going to necessarily be a problem. And this is Ransom. Ransom is
Ransom says, from
so,
my.
so she,
Go ahead.
but no, she's just going to be like, yeah.
Good. As far as I'm aware, as far as I'm concerned, Weyland-Yutani is responsible for everything that happened on the colony, and it's only because of your efforts and that we've gotten this far in making sure that the alien does not end up in Weyland-Yutani's hands. We can't stop now. We have to make sure that it doesn't happen. I think if we give Anderton the opportunity to get the thing killed without killing Yuki, I think we owe him that. But we can't leave it in Vargas's hands. She has to be out of the picture one way or the other. Just so we're on the same page. And I'm still not entirely sold on Jukes' condition. don't have a good feeling about that. Why they would just leave him there. I don't get it. But just stay frosty. Keep that gun on you. Be yeah. Hopefully we're on the we're on the tail end of this, but just be careful.
Understood.
All right. So let's next step. Let's just see where Vargas is planning on holding out. Maybe she's got a. Let's see what she does next. If nothing else happens, let's plan to have her meet in the captain's quarters. If there actually is, are there captain's quarters on this schematic?
I mean, there's officers' quarters.
Yeah, the officers' quarters. We can talk about it as a. You can use the excuse of it being a debrief, Marshall's debrief. And if she says that she's not under our command, tell her that we absolutely do need this debrief before we go.
Okay.
Well,
Well, while you guys were
Or go ahead.
while you guys were off talking, Anton, I assume you're staying in the other bay there. So Vargas eventually like leaves them, like leaves Robin to finish up and just kind of like goes off back to the crew and officer quarter area. Actually, no, she goes up to the bridge. And I don't know. I don't know if Sean would follow her or not, or stay in the colony bay while Yuki is being potted up or not.
He would probably follow her to the bridge.
Okay. So Vargas looks at you and says, like, I don't trust Ransom. I don't think he has our best interests at heart.
What makes you say that?
Well, even though he's cleaned up fairly well, pretty sure that the white milk stuff on his body is still his.
What are you implying?
Did you see how he lost his arm?
No, because I was on the station by the time I got to the colony ship. They came shortly thereafter, and it was already gone by then.
On this point, I'm pretty sure that Ransom's synthetic and not one of ours. In fact, I can probably go confirm it right now.
What if you're wrong?
Well, I'll show you. And walks over to the mother station. Inputs like a passcode and whatnot. Pretty much overrides it. More or less her company override. And then gets into the area. She allows you to follow her into. And sits down at the console and types in mother, what is the more or less like what is the current count of living organisms on the colony station, and gives like a the mother console like reads back like pretty much the entirety of the cryode occupancy, as well as you guys. And types in again, is like how many living occupants are currently walking about the ship. And it counts 5, while there should be 6. She points at it, it's like, see that? That's you, me, that comms officer over there, Jukes, the medical personnel, Robin, and Sosa.
Couldn't any of these other people be synthetic? I mean, do you know for certain Jukes is human?
She kind of looks at you and says like, are you serious right now?
I think my question is just as valid as yours, Argus.
Types in, Mother, please locate all conscious individuals on the ship. And points out, like, in like order of like distance is like you two, then points out that one is in the showers, one in the Colony Bay E3A, and one in Colony Bay 2A. Oh, and one in the comms area. Sorry, keep forgetting about the other person. So again, she points out us two. I'm assuming that one is Jukes, considering the clothing that we saw just strung about in there on the way over.
Oh, I did extensive work with him prior to leaving the colony. I never had any indication that he was a synthetic.
Well, there is one way to find out. For sure.
What's that?
Actually, speaking of synthetics, types in, Mother, where is Walter? And
Anderson can tell him that.
Mother responds that Walter is offline. Or is offline, is basically deactivated. Gives word that Walter is no longer in commission. Types in, where is last known location of Walter? Last known location of Walter unit was at Engineering Bay. I assume the Walter was active on the ship when you got here?
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm. And do you know what happened to it? Because there's no reason that Walter should be offline right now.
Well, we had one of those things on the ship, and Walter took care of it.
I see. Well, how about we go just take a look, shall we?
All right, let's go.
And Vargas starts leading you down the hallway to the engineering bay. And as you guys are going, you know, all the doors are pretty much stuck open at this point. And of course, Vargas is like, well, this isn't suspicious at all. And eventually you guys get down there. And you see Walter's body sitting there with a big old hole in its face.
See?
Who the hell is supposed to pilot this thing back to Earth?
Good question.
Juice is a pilot, is he not?
That's all dependent on if he's rated on actually being able to input the proper coordinates into the computer.
To be fair, I don't know if I mean I think that I mean he's got a very good wits and a very good comtech and probably could learn, especially with being a computer and all. But you know, I think Andrew that we might be in a position of strength here actually, if we do need a synthetic to drive the plot, drive the plane, so to speak.
And we do have Juice as a pilot.
We do. Unfortunately, guys, since it's Sunday night, it's 10:30 where I am. I got a early day at work tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta jump out.
I thought everybody was off, so that's why I was gonna try and push through to this end bit.
Okay. So, all right, I can stand for another half hour if that works. Do we want to just like say, you know, if let's say, what if, you know, Vargas realizes that I mean, essentially, like we don't at this point. I think we're good. Just to, I would be good with just doing like a story game of like not even going to the roles of just like how do we want this saga to end.
Well, let me ask you this: like, as they were like passing by, would Ransom and Sosa have followed?
I think so.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. So you guys just kind of you let them go by a little bit before you start following. And eventually, kind of in the middle of their conversation, end up walking up on them.
And okay, so yeah, Ransom looks down and says, God, it's a shame. Walter was he's good. He protected his charges to the end. You, and I'm not so sure about.
Vargas kind of looks at you and is like, "Fuck are you on about? You know what happened to it?" Did you do this?
I don't have a fucking protruding mouth piece thing. No, that fucking alien that burnt through the hull and we had to patch up, that did that to your God, he was so much better than you. No, no, I did not kill him. I very much hope to keep him alive, so to speak, as alive as any of us are, because as you were saying, this ship does need a being with the capacity to withstand interstellar travel. And as you're probably wondering, yes, I am one of those things. And the thing is, I myself and many of the people here on this ship have suffered a lot from your single-mindedness and your hubris. And so this is how it's going to be. This as you noted, this colony ship drifts without its captain. Not, I wouldn't call myself captain. It does not do well without its minder. It'll be drifting, which is not ideal. But I understand that you would be alarmed at a bionational assault Calvin K41 synthetic person driving your ship while you're in cryosleep. So here's what's going to happen is that my whole thing, after it became clear to me that the colony could not be saved, and you found things down on the colony that I think you were looking for. I think my whole reason for doing this, for all of this, has been to just find those damned things distasteful, and to think that you look at those things and you see money and status and pats on the head from your superiors. It's almost as distasteful to me. So, at the same time, I do not want to kill Yuki. I think it'd be a terrible shame for someone to go as far as they did and be summarily executed, whether your hands or mine, just to prevent these things from spreading. I am very, 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 very concerned about these things spreading, and my number one goal from the start has been to prevent you from profiting from and gaining access to this technology, if that's what you can call it. So here's what I propose. I'm going to, with the help of, I think that I can we'll figure out a way to do this, but we'll put you into hypersleep longer, and we'll give, I think we can probably give, let's say Anderton will have the keys, have the code to get you unlocked. And what he's going to do is when you get back to where you're going, you're going to hit quarantine. You're going to Anderton, while being woken up at quarantine, will direct them to Yuki and direct them to remove the parasite and will make sure that the parasite is destroyed. And then after that point, we'll wake you up and we'll figure out where things go from there. If at any point, I feel like Wayland Yutani is threatening us or has other plans, I'm going to, I will kill you. That's the only threat I have at this point. But anyway, that's the idea. We're going to go into actual quarantine. We're going to save Yuki. You're not going to get your big thing, but you're going to live. And I'm going to, we'll figure out what happens to me from there. But main thing is that you're not getting what you want, and Yuki is going to live. Though that's it.
Vargas just kind of like looks at you and says, like, well, I think you're right about it. I'm gonna get what I want. And from like under like the back of her coat, like pulls out the pistol she had under it.
Let's go ahead and pull out my own.
You gave it to Sosa.
All right. What is Sosa
yeah.
probably going to be? Yeah.
Since Vargas is looking to attack, she's gonna respond in kind.
Okay.
I would figure that Sosa, giving him training would probably, and knowing the score would probably be basically on Overwatch over Vargas for this sort of thing. Expecting something like this. So maybe I would imagine, all things being equal, she would get the draw first.
GM call on that?
I'm gonna say no to the Overwatch since you guys are trying to keep the situation calm and not
escalate.
Overly hostile. But we can go ahead and do like a good old-fashioned quick draw thing here.
Nice.
A Mexican stand down before before two of the three people realize they're on the same side.
And
range combat versus range combat?
Yeah, more or less.
All right. Oh, pistol. I do have 2 story points.
Oh yeah, might as well.
Can I spend those? Well, I guess
you may use them afterward to add to your total roll if you wish.
Right.
Since this is a competitive roll, basically.
Right.
Couldn't we just say that the 2 story points we use like shooter handoff or something? Like something real nice and cinematic and maybe a little bit poetic. This is going to be the point at which we get to use any remaining story points, right? Might as well use them to make something nice and ironic.
All right. Do you want to use the story points here?
Yeah.
All right. Use both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I will. Yeah. If we're using both of them, assuming Jukes isn't gonna pop any here, and since he's in the showers, he probably will soon. But yeah, let's take things as we can get them.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for panic?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it real quick. See what you get. All right, you're fine. All right. So so she pulls her gun and gets like a single shot off. as Sosa, you pull yours out and just like, you know, tight grouping like 3 to the chest.
I say I thought it was a good, unless he hit me in the head, which would be funny.
Yeah, sure. I was
Uh,
thinking.
roll
thinking
roll the droid table.
That's a 1d10, right?
I think it's a d6.
yeah, it's a D6.
Okay, I'll roll. One. I forget what that is. I think 6 is the brain destruction.
Yeah, it is.
I believe so, but I forget. I just. Is that the same? We're on the same page for regular ones.
I think so.
No, it's on a different page.
Yeah.
It's like in the damage section, I think.
I'm in the damage section. I'm looking for the synthetic crit table.
Yeah. I had it open and I have to reopen it. Let's see.
There it is.
You found it?
Yep.
Cool.
Ruptured fluid pump. So yeah, she does get a shot off on you, causing the your fluid pump to rupture. But other than that, you're still up and functional.
I'm just spraying white goop on everyone. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
So well.
I presume Vargas flumps to the ground.
Yep, she's like on the ground, kind of like coughing and starting to spit up blood.
Says, Vargas, my offer was a good one, but if you want to die for your money, you won't get. You won't get to live, and you won't get your money. So there you go.
I was just gonna go grab his, Vargas's pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Good shooting, Sosa. And I'm gonna leave you here for a little while. We have to go check on our other stuff, but Ganderton, let's figure out if we can. Let's see what we can do. I think I can get us directly into quarantine, and then from there, you might not see me. I'm probably if I can ensure that Yuki gets into proper care, and that the thing is destroyed, then yeah, we can hopefully. I don't know. I'll see what happens with me, but hopefully you and Yuki will be reunited. But I think all all obstacles are removed at this point.
Okay. What were you talking about? What else do you need to do?
Go over, ship, ship maintenance or like the same custodial stuff that Walter does. See if I can do it, and try and get black on comms from Wayland
Okay.
Utani if possible.
Okay. So as you guys are heading back, passing by all the stuff, Robin is just kind of making sure that everything on the cryo bay is fine. And as you guys pass by the showers, you see Jukes just kind of laying in the corner.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Go in.
Oops.
Yeah, no, he is definitely dead. And sitting on top of him, chewing at his corpse, is a little baby xenomorph.
Well, I think both Sosa and I know what to do at this point, and just light that fucker up.
Mm-hmm. As you guys both pull up the pistols, go ahead and make those range attacks real quick.
The nice thing is they don't have. At least I don't think they have armor.
They do not.
Aspersters are sad little things.
Mm-hmm. Actually, they do. They have like armor rating of 2, but
Yeah.
actually, just curious. Yeah, so you guys walk by, and it's like you hear the shower still running as you see like Jukes' feet just kind of like sticking out a bit. You walk in as you peek into the actual shower, calling with Sean calling for Jukes, and you go around and you just see like the bloody mess on his chest, just kind of like jerking and writhing as the chest burster is having its first meal. And as it hears your approach and screeches at you, as you and Sosa just completely unload the ammunition in the magazines of your pistols and completely obliterate this thing.
As a player, I would like to point out that I was kept in the dark whether he actually was or not, just as much as you guys. Although I suspected that was the case.
Now, I feel like maybe the public stamina roll might have given it away, but yeah.
That was definitely adding to my suspicion as well. I assumed if I didn't succeed, we might have had an alien resurrection moment where the chest burster went through me and Anderton.
Yes, that's exactly what I was rolling for, actually.
But he succeeded, so he lives.
For now.
Cool. So, yeah, the way I see it going is down is like, and then some preps the remaining people for pod sleep. Going over with Sosa and with Anderton, just what the plan is going to be when they wake up. To just make sure, like the number one thing, make sure that Yuki survives the extraction and the thing is destroyed. It might require some doing on your part because who knows, they might be Willie and Tiny might be expecting us. But I am going to. Everybody else is going on this, going to sleep, and I, as best as I can, with one arm, and maybe some time to, research possible, reconstruction on the ship of my injury. I'll be charting our course to the quarantine zone. Not straight to Earth by any means, but yeah. And then once everybody does that sound like a good plan for everyone?
Sounds good to me.
E.
Okay. And now, obviously, Nelson is in cryosleep now too. And once everybody is in cryosleep, basically, what Ransom is going to do is he's going to spend a good amount of time. I don't know how long it's going to take to get for the colony ship to get from where they are to quarantine, but
So from where you guys were just to go to Earth, it was like a 6-month trip. So I would say roughly between the 4 to 6 month mark.
okay. And during that time, he's going to he's not going to prep the ship to explode. What he's going to do is if like he's going to very painstakingly, so he doesn't mess it up, create a contingency wherein if it looks like Weyland-Yutani or someone else is like going to try and capture the ship, he has a good means of scuttling it and quickly. So just like learning, using his comtech to like hack into engine core stuff and just creating a subroutine that if he hits, they're basically creating a dead man's switch that is going to be there until they make it to quarantine, where if either he is destroyed or he hits a switch, that the colony ship will be destroyed because he is that paranoid, or he is that part of him does want occasionally, and occasionally he does look into Yuki's pod and considers sabotaging it or dislodging it, but he feels like he's never actually. I was gonna say, has he actually murdered a human during his entire time as a? I don't think he has.
Not that I recall.
And he's not going to start now. But he's just basically, and then essentially the idea is once they make it back to quarantine, if he can get himself looking human by then, he might try and assert martial stuff, and then he might, depending on how he's going to get a good read on things as they start, and then once it's become clear that if it's clear he's going to be detained or deactivated or what have you, he's going to just shoot himself in the central processor so that they can't recall, they can't retrieve any of the data about the planet or the colony or the aliens.
Yeah.
And that's basically what he thinks. That's his
plan.
Yeah. So what happens?
Well, so you guys, so you set all this stuff up. Eventually, you can't keep it secret forever, as Robin wants to check you out as another medical professional to make sure that everybody's okay to go into cryosleep, and you're eventually revealed to her as well.
Sure. And I would basically reveal it to her. I basically pitch it to her the way that I pitch it to everyone else, which is basically like that. I'm the only synthetic here, and also
like she sees the logic in this, that somebody needs to be able to do what it is that needs to be done, right?
Yeah, and also she was one of the people who was like, we need to like save this woman, right? Or save this man, I should say. Yeah. And
so you guys have this plan. You get it all set up and executed. The comms officer that everybody probably keeps forgetting is still awake, is there too. And does everything that needs to be done.
I'll probably check their work to make sure they're not like secretly sending us to like a Weyland-Yutani black site, but yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't have anything. But yeah, everything gets underway. Anderton, you're the first one to be put down. They put you in the pod next to Yuki. Then Sosa and Robin are, well, Sosa or Robin, one of them is done next. In the comms officer is done after that.
So what are you thinking of? I'm curious what you guys are thinking of as you're going into hypersleep away from this hellhole.
Sosa's just dreaming of the future she's gonna have with Ransom.
Oh my god.
And then eventually the last person is put in, whether it's Sosa or Robin, because medical person was needed to make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible. And then it's just Ransom left. As you kind of like walk through the ship itself, looking at all the dead bodies that are kind of left around, and just kind of contemplating on everything that's happened over the last, month or so. I think it's UCSS or USS. I forget the nomenclature. I think it's USSC. Or UCS, whatever. UCSS Noah begins its journey back. And as the camera is zoomed out to the outside of the ship, or goes to the outside of the ship from looking at Ransom's close up of Ransom's face, just kind of like zooming out to the outside of the viewports in the bridge, and then pans over as the ship passes by it, and you see the thrusters boost up as it begins to start to get up to its light speed and travels off into the distance. And for the next 4 to 6 month trip, everybody but Ransom is going to be in this state of suspended animation. But who knows if the ship ever actually made it back to its destination.
As it flies off into the Black Ocean.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I assume part of that cinematic is also the space station crashing into the planet. Perhaps.
That would be an after credit scene.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, the whether or not you guys made it back is actually completely up in the air, because that's a long time for things to happen.
Very true. Well, that was went all over the place this campaign, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, it was pretty touch and go there for a few things.
Sure.
I feel like I've finally got to do something at the end.
I was gonna say, I'm glad Nelson had his epic kill.
Like it was gonna be like that. I didn't see it coming out any other way other than it's like I either have Nelson hide in fear and fucking barely survive with 1 health, and probably get killed by another fucking surprise alien. But fucking man, whenever you said that there was more sounds coming from the fucking or more screeches, like as I'm looking into the air duct, it's like, oh fuck, well this isn't going to go well. Because I thought you meant that there was even more xenomorphs on the fucking ship.
No, you were hearing it from the room you had come from. Yeah.
No, yeah. Well, yeah. You clear that up later, but that's
Yeah.
just my initial thought. But no, yeah. Whenever that was going down, it's like, all right, this is 1 health. I have a fucking drill. There's only one way this is gonna go down, and it's not gonna go great. Whether I live or die, I don't give a shit because it's gonna be neat.
Give Nelson a hand because he doesn't have any.
Yeah.
I got. What is the sound of one hand clapping?
So he has no hands. So yeah, it's silence.
It's called a knee slap. And yeah, that was overall a good game. But I think I'm definitely solid from D&D for a bit.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I was actually really wondering because I was pretty sure that I didn't know if I was gonna get to kill off Sean and Ransom there at the end or not.
Indeed.
Cause yeah, with the little bit with Vargas at the end, and then whether or not stamina roll went through was pretty much gonna be the end death points for both of those characters.
Mm.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun.
I thought Sean was gonna be like all reassuring and shit, and it's like, yeah, no, thank you, I appreciate it, and then fucking stabs him in the back.
Just knifes him.
Drix never got to write his book.
Or maybe he did. We don't know.
Ghost written. Post-mortem.
Right.